Saydak here on another episode of
Wheel of Fortune.
The rules of the game are simple. Each player will take turns guessing the words in the phrase given on the board. So, board lady, let's get the first word up there.
Give me a T.
Do we see a T? Wow, what an amazing guess. Since you got the letter, you get to go again.
Thank you. Give me an R.
Board lady, do we see an R? Since you're doing so well, I'm going to help you out. If you guess the next word, I'm going to give you $800.
I don't know, maybe X?
Are you dumb? Out of all the letters, why did you guess the letter X? Let's move on to player 2.
L?
L? That is completely correct.
I'd like to purchase an A, please.
Ha, with what money? You're on this show because you're broke, remember? But since I'm such a nice and gracious host, I'll give you an A.
X? I already guessed that. Shut up, Heather. Sorry, Heather.
Look who's with her. Oh my god.
Oh my god, why am I still on this show? Let's just move on to the next contestant. Player 3, please don't disappoint.
Okay, I think I know this. Wasn't this the one act that was passed in 1862 that set aside 30,000 acres of land to set up agricultural and mechanical colleges for states that were still left in the Union?
Bruh, if you know everything already, just guess the word.
Okay, well at least I didn't guess X again. But anyways, I swear that the federal government set this up to educate Northerners about things such as agriculture, home economics, and mechanical arts, and other professions that would be useful in the new Northern economy. Okay, wait. Let me pull out this primary source that I have conveniently stashed back here.
Oh yeah, it says here that the act apportioned to each state a quantity to equal 30,000 acres for each senator and representative in Congress to which the states are respectively entitled.
Oh, I know! The Morrill Land Grant Act! This helped promote education in Northern society during the Civil War.
Unfortunately, that's incorrect. You said D in the answer, and that's technically against the rules. So, sadly, I'm gonna have to give it to player 1.
What? That's literally...
And we're back, and it's time for player 1.
Morrill Land Grant Act.
Congratulations! You are the winner of today's round.
Miss me with that! I call for a rematch!
For the love of God. Let's get on with it then. Let's get the next one up on the board.
R? L. B.
Unfortunately, that's incorrect. T.
I'd like to buy an E, please.
Okay. Wait. I think I know this. Hold on. Okay, here we go again. Okay. Was this not the act that made it so that all males in between the age of 20 and 35 and all unmarried males in between the age of 35 and 45 were subject to military duty? And I'm pretty sure there was like 3 ways you could get out of it. Number 1, you had to find somebody who could replace you. 2, if you had some kind of mental or physical disability. And number 3, you could pay $300 to get out of it. But the problem was, $300 was the annual salary for most men at the time, so it basically only applied to the rich. Like 160,000 people avoided being drafted into the war just by not showing up to conscription.
Wait, are you talking about the draft resistance during the Vietnam War? Around 206,000 people were evading being drafted into war. During the 1970s, draft resistance reached an all-time peak. Students were resisting being drafted into war because they knew after they graduated they would have to serve in war. There were more people resisting being drafted into war than people who were draftees. I just have a primary source conveniently stashed.
This is a piece of propaganda during the Vietnam War which promoted the resistance to the draft.
Yeah, I was not referencing that actually. That happened during the Vietnam War era. I'm talking about during the Civil War era. But that was a really good connection to a second time period. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I have any primary sources stashed with me conveniently.
Again?
This is a piece of propaganda during the Civil War that promoted Northerners to join the Union Army.
I got it. It is Enrollment Act.
Congratulations, I guess.
To another episode of Family Feud. I'm your host, Steve Harvey, and today is a very special episode. So the question we are going to be answering is, what industries in the North benefited from the Civil War? Introducing the Kardashian and Jenner family, let's give a warm welcome to Kim and Kylie.
Oh my god, hey!
So let's start with Kim. I'm going to get straight to the point, Kim. Name as many northern industries that benefited from the Civil War. Go.
Like transportation, right? But not like Lamborghinis. Pretty sure they rode in like trains or something. Ew.
Use of transportation. Survey says.
Freeze!
Technologies such as railroads and the telegraph saw frequent use because they made it easier to transfer information and soldiers from one battlefield to another.
Good job, Kim.
I know, you don't have to tell me.
All right, can we have a Jenner up here?
Oh my god, hey!
Okay, so same question to you. What northern industries benefited from the Civil War?
Easy. Coal production, iron production, and steel production.
You said steel production. Survey says.
Free.
Iron, steel, and other metals were needed to sustain the many demands of the railroad business.
You said iron production. Survey says.
Freeze.
During the American Civil War, iron was used for making pistols, rifles, cannons, as well as railroad locomotives, ironclad warships powered by steam, bayonets, and countless pieces of miscellaneous hardware.
You said coal production. Survey says.
Freeze.
So in the years that immediately followed the Civil War, coal trade expanded since railroads needed to be used to open up previously inaccessible fields.
So since you won, here's your prize.
Is that a chicken? Today we are playing Silly Strings. We have written some facts on cards we have here, and based on whether they are true or false, we will be spraying someone.
And for reference, I'm true.
And I'm false.
Okay guys, let's get started with the first card. So true or false, the New York draft riots in 1863 caused the death of about 1,200 people, millions of dollars in damage, and left 3,000 black residents homeless. Okay, ready? Three, 2, 1. True. Okay, guys, quick question. What were the New York draft riots?
The Enrollment Act, which we talked about earlier, upset the working class New York citizens, which sparked 5 days of some of the bloodiest battles seen in U.S. history. It was a source of major social tension in Northern society.
So the Irish and the German populations were really mad because of the passing of the Emancipation Proclamation. For workers, their jobs were replaced by the freed African Americans from the South.
And after the passing of the Enrollment Act, which favored only the rich and the wealthy, it excluded the African Americans. And thousands of white workers and mainly Irish Americans started by attacking the military and government buildings.
Then they quickly began to attack black citizens, homes, and businesses. It was the worst for the African American men because they were lynched and beaten to death.
So the rioting finally ended with some military involvement.
Even though it was a victory, it still was very devastating for the African American community in New York. In 1860, the recorded black population was 12,414, but this significantly dropped down to 9,945 by 1865.
All right, on to the second card.
So, by the end of the Civil War, more than 186,000 African American men were in the Union Army.
True or false? All right, everyone ready? 3, 2, 1.
True!
Okay, so it wasn't all bad for the African American. They were incorporated into the Northern Society.
Yeah, even in New York by March of 1864, they saw the first all-black volunteer regiment in the Union Army.
Yeah, okay, but like they were still discriminated against in literally every way possible, including factors like pay, rations, equipment, and assignments. And the Confederate President Jefferson Davis also swore that any black prisoners of war would be immediately executed on the spot. So all black soldiers fighting for the Union Army were risking their lives way more than any white soldier.
Yeah, and it wasn't really until the Reconstruction era and the creation of the Freedmen's Bureau where African Americans were truly incorporated into Northern society.
Okay guys, on to the third card. So, true or false? About 75% of Southern males fought in the war as compared to about 1/2 of Northern men. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
True!
What a surprise! This is true as well. So the population in the North was much larger than the population in the South, mainly due to the fact that 7/8 of foreign European immigrants settled in the Free States. And this is why there was about 3.5 million males of military age in the North, whereas only 1 million in the South.
So here's our final card. There was a political party in the North named after a poisonous snake.
All right, guys, is it true or false? Ready? 3, 2, 1.
True!
Yes, that is true, and they're called the Copperheads.
So originally the Republican platform said that they had no intention in abolishing slavery. But once Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, it brought strong opposition to their party because he basically contradicted everything that they said.
Yeah, so then emerged the Copperheads, a section of the Democratic Party. They were largely Irish. It was said that they majorly influenced the New York draft riots.
And even though they had no strong influence on the outcome of the Civil War, they carried the name of disloyalty for years to come, and this contributed to major political tension in the Northern society. Okay guys, that was it for Silly Strings and
Thank you
for
for
our...
watching.
Okay, ready?